Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel. It's been a while since our last video, but we're so excited to share this one with you because it's about one of our favorite cities in the south of Spain, the charming city of Granada. Granada is well known for its iconic Alhambra, its mesmerizing architecture, it has a good variety of Spanish and Middle Eastern food, and it remains an incredibly affordable city to visit.
Boarding the train from Cordoba to Granada for 1 hour and 50 minutes. So we just finished checking into our hotel, but our room is not ready yet. So our hotel is actually just behind there, and right in front is actually the cathedral. And so the reason why we really wanted to come to Granada is that it seems to be one of the most popular places to visit here in Spain. And I know that in Asia, especially in Korea, Granada is very well known because some Korean drama show called Memories of Alhambra was filmed here. So apparently you have to come visit the Alhambra when you come to south of Spain. It is Sunday morning, and honestly it's really busy for a Sunday morning here. I find for such a small city, definitely more people here than what we saw yesterday in Cordoba. And you can see beautiful orange trees here as well, a lemon tree in the back, and that's one side of the cathedral.
So we took the bus and our first stop was the Mirador de San Nicolas, where we get comprehensive views over the Alhambra, the city of Granada, as well as the mountainous landscape.
So we are finally here at the famous Mirador de San Nicolas. As you can see, it's also very crowded, and I mean very crowded, but the views overlooking the Alhambra are truly beautiful.
It was quite crowded in the plaza, so we decided to have some snacks in the restaurant below, and the views were just as good. While most people enjoyed the views from the Mirador or the restaurant, we realized that there was a mosque a few feet away and the courtyard can be accessed by anyone. And I have to say, the views were quite similar, but there were way less people, so you could actually enjoy the views. We do recommend taking the bus to reach this viewpoint because this neighborhood is built on a very steep hill, but going down was very pleasant. We really enjoyed visiting the small souvenir shops, and I was definitely hunting for a ceramic pomegranate. Even if you're not looking to buy souvenir or trinkets, this place is gorgeous because of its Moorish architecture and its whitewashed buildings.
And as you can see, Granada is also built on a hill, so our technique for this trip is going to be taking the bus to go up and then walk down, and I think it's going to work out well. So this is the Sacromonte viewpoint, which is also very nice.
On the way down, we saw people going through this random door, which ended up being the entrance to the School of Arab Studies. This was a great place to rest because it had a lovely traditional courtyard. You could enjoy the views of the Alhambra, but you could even spot the numerous oranges in the trees because we were in the right season, as well as some pomegranates.
And look at how steep this city is. So after a very bumpy ride on these tiny buses that you see behind me, we made it to the Abbey. Apparently it has another nice viewpoint over the Alhambra, and as you can see, it's pretty rural here.
Once we reached the Abbey, we noticed that there was an event going on, although we're not sure exactly what kind of religious procession it was. But if you do know, please leave a comment because we would love to know.
So just behind me is the Abbey. This is a different viewpoint, as you can see. So the Alhambra is there on the left, and then the city of Granada is down here, and earlier the Mirador de San Nicolas was somewhere over there.
It was then time to head back to the center of Granada for lunch. We had fried eggplants covered with molasses that were so delicious, we actually went back a second time. After lunch, we continued to walk around and explore the center of Granada, and then we visited a beautiful church. This specific church is right next to the Cathedral of Granada. It is free, and it is standing where the major mosque of Granada used to be. Our tour of Granada continued, and the next stop was the Grand Bazaar of Granada and what used to be the original Moorish silk market. As mentioned previously, I was on the hunt for the perfect ceramic pomegranate, so let's just say that I visited a lot of souvenir shops.
So the Alcazaba really does look like the other souks that you would see in the Middle East, and so they tend to sell similar stuff, souvenirs and magnets and leather gear. So I think I might have forgotten to explain why I'm so excited about pomegranates. And so one of my favorite fruit is actually the pomegranate fruit. I love pomegranate juice, and Granada actually means pomegranate in Spanish. So since I'm here, I figured I really need to get myself a pomegranate souvenir. And I recently discovered that even these little pillars on the side of the streets are in the shape of a pomegranate.
For dinner, we headed towards Calle Elvira, a very lively street where a lot of Middle Eastern shops and restaurants congregate. On day 2, it was finally time to visit the Star of Granada. Yes, it was time to visit the Alhambra.
Good morning, everyone. It is 8:50 in the morning, and we made it to the Alhambra, which is the #1 attraction here in Granada. And as you can see, it's not really bright, even though it's 8:50, because the sun rises here at 8:20. So right now we are at the Alcazaba, and the view here is beautiful. Let me show you. So yesterday, while reading a bit on Wikipedia about the Alhambra, I learned that Alhambra used to be a separate city, actually a self-contained city that was different from Granada. So the Alhambra is actually a fortress, a complex of palaces, and basically, a city on its own. And it was built somewhere around the 1200 by the first Nasrid Emir, and back then Granada, instead of being called the city of Granada, used to be called the Emirate of Granada. Look at this. So that's part of the fortress of the Alcazaba, and this is all Granada. So on this side you can also see the mountains. Some of them do have snow. So we are just climbing up the stairs to the top of the tower. So the entrance to the Alcazaba was somewhere over there, and then we went to the viewpoints, and then we walked down here to come up. So again, back then the city of Granada down there would have been a separate city from the Alhambra, and you can actually spot the cathedral there where our hotel is. And this is the view from the other side. Oh, the sun is rising, and you see all the big walls surrounding the fortress. They also have beautiful ranunculus. I love this orange one and also the red one. Oh my gosh guys, I just found some cute cats. I gotta show you. Oh my gosh guys, I'm so obsessed with cats, but we just found another one. This one is white and black, so cute tuxedo cat. Hi! How's it going?
It wasn't time to visit the Nasrid Palaces yet, so instead we walked into the Palace of Charles V. This building houses the Alhambra Museum on the ground floor, as well as the Museum of Fine Arts on its upper floor.
Oh my gosh, look at the view from up here. So beautiful in this morning sunlight. Well, looks like the museum is closed on Monday, so we're not gonna do that. Oh my gosh guys, if you check out the gift store, they have so many pomegranate stuff. They have scarves, souvenirs, I think that's soap, glass pomegranates, and check out those cute pomegranate plates. So gorgeous. So after waiting for about half an hour, we finally made it to the Nasrid Palace, which is definitely the most popular part of the Alhambra. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of Arabic scriptures on the walls. Look at the cute tiles on the floors.
The Nasrid Palaces were definitely the highlight of our day. However, because this is the most important attraction in the Alhambra, it is really important to book your tickets way ahead of time.
It's honestly really hard to photograph all the details because it's so intricate. Even the ceilings are beautifully decorated. I might be mistaken, but I think I remember reading that the scriptures actually mean Allah is great, and it's just repeated many times throughout the Nasrid Palace.
This monumental complex is made up of 4 different palaces, and I think it took us about an hour and a half to 2 hours just to walk through the different parts.
And everyone is taking a picture from this iconic angle where you see the reflection. The Alhambra is such a beautiful, and I mean absolutely beautiful work of art. I can see how this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
My favorite part was probably the Court of the Lions. So the Court of the Lions is surrounded by galleries which are supported by 124 intricate marble columns. And in the center you have a fountain where you see 12 beautiful lion sculptures made of fine white marble.
Look at this beautiful section.
After the Court of the Lions, we visited more halls, but unfortunately I cannot remember their names because there were so many. But if you are a history buff, I do think that getting a guided tour would be a great idea.
So there's more tiles here, more tiles here, some orange trees, intricate details, and I think the scriptures up here say Allah is great. This place does not cease to impress us. It's got another beautiful viewpoint. And inside the courtyard, you've got more orange trees. Of course, the orange trees inside the courtyard never have as many oranges as the others, just because there's way less sunlight going through. So less sunlight, less oranges. We are pretty lucky that the weather is so nice today. With that being said, I think today is the coldest day that we've seen. It is about 17 degrees. So we're just outside the Nasrid Palace, and you can see the city of Granada in the white, and I think that neighborhood might be Alcazaba. And then you see how steep the cliffs are. So during peak season, when the gardens are in better shape, this might be such a nice view. You would have obviously the orange trees on the side, but I think all of these would have roses in bloom. So yeah, maybe we need to come back in the spring. So the Alcazaba was somewhere over there, and the Nasrid Palace too. And I think we are supposed to walk that way. And we are now going to the Generalife Gardens after a quick lunch break. And already, I think it's going to be beautiful. So this place is already starting to look like a maze with those tall hedges.
So this section is about a 10-minute walk from the Nasrid Palace and about 15-minute walk from the Alcazaba. Generalife actually means the architect's garden, although in reality this was more of a summer palace.
And another gorgeous view over the Alhambra and Granada down there. And this is the Palacio del Generalife, just above the gardens.
This was considered to be the Sultan's closest real estate away from the hustle and bustle of the Alhambra. So this concludes our visit in Granada. We absolutely love this city because it's beautiful, captivating, and affordable. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next video.